So you have a tender read and your love overlanding. You have plans to do it big on the trails and some super glamping. One idea, deep news and reviews, a podcast the first rate and here just for you. You don't have to think about it, join us and be about it. Something interesting we want to hear about it, come on let's talk about it. Welcome to Waypoint Overland's Random Waypoints Podcast.
Sponsored by MIDLAND, communication for every adventure, the industry leader in radio communication technology and innovation for over 50 years. Sponsored by MyMedic. Sponsored by Tembo Tusk. Sponsored by Shower Pouch. Sponsored by DeMoss Collective, mission built and made for mobility. Sponsored by BrewTrek. Sponsored by Hard Impact Designs.
Always remember, the opinion you follow should be your own. Just consider the things stated here to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online.
What's up, Candy?
Hey, Phil, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I got all kind of good news today. Things I've been waiting on are in the mail. So I'm in a real good mood.
All right.
What about you?
Oh, it's been busy. Things have been great. The new build's moving along finally. So I'm very excited about all of that. There's a lot of video and stuff that's going to be coming out really soon about it. So it's on the rack as we speak.
All right. You ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Okay. So we're going to cover the news. You know, G Brand introduced a new 2024 Gladiator.
I saw that reveal.
So let's talk about it. Tell me exactly what you think from what you've seen and what you read so far.
So the first thing that comes out for 2024, they announced the partnership with Trails Off-Road. That's who I'm working for. So you can actually see some of my own trails on there if you get on in the 2024 Jeep.
That's right.
So that's pretty exciting. But physically, the grill is more narrow. They've done a lot to clean it up. They've got this really cool special edition, this Willie special edition. I would think that they're trying to keep up with everybody seems to have, these special releases that have come out, like Toyota has got one. Then you've got, Jeep with the Willies. So if you remember, I don't know if you remember this or not. In 2013, Jeep actually did a special edition release of a Brute paired with Filson. Do you remember that?
I do. It had the embroidery on them and everything. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So, but the bumpers and things were by AEV also, and it looks the same.
So, is it Filson or does it just look like it?
No, the bumpers are by AEV. So the Willies is an upfit by AEV.
Okay, I got you.
Whenever they did the Filson edition in 2013, it was also an AEV.
Oh no, I was asking the right question. So is anything in it Filson?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But the Brute edition that came out in 2013 was the Filson edition.
Mm-hmm.
But it was done with the AEV components that I'm seeing on this 2024 Willys Gladiator. So,
real basic question.
Yeah.
How does it look to you? You being a Jeep owner, you being a Jeep girl. How does it look to you?
I've always liked the Jeep Gladiator. I wanted one so badly. I had it built out in my mind and everything. The only thing that I did not care for, because I have test driven them, I have test driven several different models. You get them out on the highway and they tend to float quite a bit on the road, which was very disappointing to me. So for me, it was all, if I was just on trails all the time and I didn't have to drive from point to point, then it would be ideal and I would love it and be very happy with the Gladiator. But just because of the on-highway performance, there's an issue for me.
Do you remember which Gladiator you drove? Because
I've driven.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I've driven the Mojave and I've driven the Rubicon. Both.
Okay, maybe it didn't make a difference to you, but I noticed a little more float in the Mojave. Something they doing different with the suspension. I don't know the details, but I know it's definitely different. And it was meant to be a little softer, but it feels floaty when you're on like the highway, especially the faster you go.
Yeah, well,
like
and it wanders.
An old Cadillac.
Yeah, it wanders a lot too, though, which is that's a big deal for me.
Well, what did you like about it?
I love the look about it. I love the steel bumpers. I love the tow capacity. I love that you can still take the top off of it. If Jeep were to call me today and say, hey, can we send you one of these? I would be like, yes, please. I would not turn it down because I really, really like the way that it looks. There's and performance wise, how do you beat a Jeep?
I agree. And the 7,000-pound towing is awesome.
Best in class.
Now, I wanted to talk about the grill because we had talked about the 2024 Wrangler and the grill and how they've done basically the same thing with this grill.
Yeah.
To me, it seems more noticeable on the Gladiator. Am I just imagining that?
I'd say yeah, because to me, you look at it and it looks like the same front end. Whenever you're just looking square at it, I don't even notice that it's a truck until I get to the back. So I do Jeep waves accidentally at Gladiators sometimes. I'm like, oops, sorry. Just joking. That's not for you.
I make mistakes and do Jeep waves when I'm not in one of my Jeeps.
Yes, I did that yesterday.
Like, oh.
Yeah, they're just looking at me like I'm a lunatic.
Well, we're snobs. They're probably like, he thinks I'm going to wave at him and he's not in a Jeep.
Right. Exactly.
So it gets your thumbs up. Is that what you're saying to me about the Jeep Gladiator?
I do like the Jeep Gladiator. I wish it didn't wander, but on the highway, but that's the only negative thing I have to say about it.
The minor things that they did cosmetically, I think made it look more modern, and it's a nicer looking vehicle to me.
Okay.
I like the 2024 over the previous editions.
Okay.
And I've never really considered them until now. As far as the performance and everything, they've pretty much kept everything the same. They just worked on the cosmetics and the chassis a little bit with the suspension. They've got more, what do you call it? More options. Now, along with the introduction of the 2024, there was a lot of other things Jeep Gladiator related that came out the same day. We were talking offline about the AEV. There's a new AEV called the Upfit. Did you get a look at that one?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about that?
Oh, yeah.
And for those listening audio, if you're curious about what we're watching, you're going to have to go over to the YouTube channel and watch it in video form. We'll be showing everything we're talking about.
So the AEV Upfit is that Willys that I was talking about. It's got 35-inch tires on its standard now, which with that Upfit, that's craziness. The one thing that I will say about the previous AEV Upfits is that they came with Hemis. This does not come with a Hemi.
What do you think about that? Does it matter, or what do you think?
It does to me. I think that the V8 Hemi should absolutely be part of an option for that, because it's a truck.
Right.
It's a truck. At the end of the day, that's what it is.
I'm not married to a Hemi, but it should be at least a V8. It should be heavy duty all the way around, in my opinion. If you're going to do all that other stuff, don't stop at the engine.
Exactly. That's the most important part of the whole thing. So yeah, and I'm a Hemi girl, so I'm all about it. So drop a Hemi in there, and I mean that's where you got me. You had me a Hemi. Woo. Just take my money.
So there's two different versions. They have a level 1, which you basically spoke about with the 35 inches. And they also have a level 2 that has 37 inches, BF Goodrich terrain tires. And it also has 16 inches of ground clearance, 36 inches of water fording, and 57 degrees approach angle. Whoa. And a 26-degree breakover angle and 34-degree departure angle. So it looks like they're trying to address what most people's only complaint is, yeah, it's a good truck, but it's not a Wrangler. Still not a Wrangler, but it's getting closer.
Okay.
What do you think?
My opinion is, I don't know where you're going to drive that thing except Iceland. Where is that going to be useful?
Well, I'm always telling you, people are disappointed when they come to me and ask me about recommendations on upgrades and vehicles and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm never telling anybody to get 37s or 40s and all of these crazy things.
Yeah.
It seems like they come to me hoping that I'm going to tell them to spend $1 million on their rig.
Right.
And they're depressed when I'm like, oh no, you don't have to do all of that.
They're so much more capable than people want to, than people realize, I think. My Jeep Sahara, I've got the factory rims and tires on it. So, it came with, it's a Jeep Sahara. So, and it's a 2015 JK. I'm doing trails that are rated at a 7 in it. Is it easy? No. Would I benefit from a lift? Yeah, because once you get past 7, you do need physical ground clearance after that. But those aren't the kinds of trails that I'm doing. I've got my new CJ though, that's coming along with its new build, and it's got a 2.5-inch lift, and it's has sway bar disconnect and all that, so it's going to be more of a crawler. So that would be something that I would like to take on the Rubicon Trail. But unless those are trails that you're interested in, or those kinds of trails, what you buy off the showroom floor most of the time, unless it's a base. Where they don't even give you proper tires. They give you, road tires, which I think is ridiculous. Back in the day, whenever we buy a Jeep, you can roll it off the showroom floor and head out into the dirt with your paper plates on. Mm-hmm. So that makes me feel really old to say that. But yeah.
I see some of these Jeeps in the dealership, and the tires are so little, it looks like they have 4 donuts on the vehicle.
It's kind of ridiculous. I look at it and I go, aw.
And I grew up in the car business, and I know the mentality of people. They're saving that few $100s on the tires, and they're going to end up a few weeks later going to buy tires.
Yeah, and they're not cheap.
No. Decent tires, you're talking $2,000 minimum starting out in about $2,000 for 5 tires. About $2,000. For 5
tires, yeah.
At least $2,000.
Well, so I go to a discount tire. And I pay less than that. I pay probably $1,400 for a set of 5.
What size?
Stock. The 275. 275 18s. So. Yeah,
if you go up like 1.5 inches more, then the prices just go up.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. Well, and plus, getting back to the tire sizes too, you're also talking about compromising your gas mileage. I mean, even at 35s, I look at that and I look at the price of gas and I think, how much am I going to actually need a tire that big? And then you jump into the 37s and it's like, you can just watch your gas gauge go down as you drive down the road. Forget about it. You can go places, but not for very long or very far.
I agree. And your vehicle is working more.
Yeah.
Every time you go up 1 inch in tire, the amount of stress on the vehicle is exponential throughout the vehicle.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna complain about something that bothers me a little bit. So the Ford Bronco is a really cool rig. I really like the way that it looks. I like that they went retro with it. They've got one addition out of the whole Bronco line that I would really enjoy owning. Okay, and that's the Everglades edition. It's got a snorkel and it's got It's got, the winch and the big tires and everything. It's ready to go. And it's supposed to be able to ford water with a 4-banger. It's not even an option to get the 6. At least they should at least offer the 6 on that build.
They're trying to get to certain price points. That's what it is. And
I'd pay extra.
Same here. I get it. But it's kind of like, you remember in the old days when you used to buy a car by looking in the newspaper, and the dealer would have this vehicle that was like $4,000, but it was only one of them because it was configured in a way for it to be $4,000. Right. It's kind of it's that same mentality. They have to get you in the dealership.
That just ticks me off. Because I go online to build this thing, and I'm like, okay, so I'm excited. I like the way it looks. I like the name of it, and I like all this stuff about it. And I can't get it in anything but a 4. I don't know how you're supposed to ford water with that. How are you supposed to spin those big wheels and tires in water with a 4?
Well, when it first came out, I covered it on the podcast, and I had some footage, right?
Uh-huh.
And I noticed all the footage, they had them going through like a swamp.
Yeah.
But you could have done it in a regular car. It was one of those kind of, a road made specifically for them to succeed.
Yeah, that's aggravating.
So are you going to get the new shoes for Jeep?
Oh man, they look so cool. I love Merrells. Merrells are great. It's one of my favorite hiking shoes, actually. It's I wear them. So I do want a pair of Merrells in the green.
So just to be official about it, Merrell and Jeep brand released a special edition hiking boot collaboration to preview. Merrell obviously is the world's leading hike and outdoor footwear brand. You can't get around it. I have a bunch of Merrells. I think everybody has at least one pair of Merrells who does anything outdoors. Mm-hmm. And it's a limited run. It's called the Merrell Moab 3 Mid-X Jeep brand boot. Mm-hmm. Damn, that's a long name.
It is that's a mouthful for sure.
And it'll be available for purchase on Monday, October 16th, 2023. Again, for those listening on audio, if you're very curious about this, on the video version, we are showing that particular shoe right now. A very popular gentleman, Brad from Trail Recon, he just posted on his Instagram a pair that they sent him or he purchased or something. They probably gave them to him. Did you see that?
No.
Well, I like the boot. I would like it even if it wasn't a Jeep. It's a nice looking boot.
I have a similar pair, and I've worn the heck out of them. And I think it's like my third pair over the years. They're just really comfortable to hike in. So I like them, and they're waterproof. Mine are anyway. Mm-hmm. But Jeep's done a whole bunch of great collaborations, though. I mean, anytime you put the word Jeep on anything, just like the word Overland and Jeep, it's like, oh, everybody's got to have it after that. I mean, look at what Midland Radio did recently. Did you I mean, like, because I mean, you're tied with them, so I'm sure that you're well aware of the Jeep collaboration they did with their radios, and it's a Jeep all over it and everything. And then they had the Razor, the off-road Razor, which looks really cool. That collaboration was really great. And then they did a fat bike.
I love the fat bike.
The fat bike's cool.
the electric one, not the, because they had one that was all pedal a long time ago. But I like that electric one. From my understanding, that's really powerful too.
Is it? Yeah. No, I've never heard of the bike before. Quiet Cat is the company, I think, but I'd never heard of them before. So I'm sure that helped them.
Jeep has cool swag too. I know you've had to go to the Jeep store once or twice in your life.
You bet.
When you click onto I could go crazy in that store.
Oh, I've had hats and everything.
Did you get the footage and pictures that I gave you of the Mustang Mach-E Rally?
I did. Rally cars are becoming really a big thing.
Mm-hmm. So the reason why I sent you that is the Ford Mustang Mach-E Rally is set to compete in this year's Rebelle Rally. Oh, and I know Emily Miller, who who this is her thing. And so I like to always report on any news about what's going on with the Rebelle Rally, because I support the Rebelle Rally and I support Emily Miller.
Me too. They're great.
So
very inspiring women.
It's a beautiful vehicle. I saw it when it first came out, but this yellow really pops.
I like it in yellow.
Yeah, it reminds me of Bumblebee. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. How old are we? We're Bumblebee old.
Right. So at the helm of this SUV will be Calais Miller and Bailey Campbell. Miller won the Rebelle Rally in the 4x4 class in 2016, 2017, and 2020. And Campbell has been a Rebelle Rally driver and finished second in the Baja 1000 and fourth in the Class 1 at the Mint 400. So two very qualified women with lots of wins behind them. So I'm excited to see the vehicle in the rally, and I'm excited to see what these ladies are going to do with the vehicle.
You know, it sounds like they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. So definitely all eyes will be on them, I'm sure, just because they got the hot car and they've got the great reputations and everything. So yeah, all eyes are going to be on them, I think.
Now, I have a question, and I'm not sure you'll know or whatever, but it'll be interesting to see how they handle logistically fueling and repairing in that environment.
With an electric vehicle?
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be a big question mark, because they're not going to be those electric vehicles. We've talked about this before. They're not going to be easy to fix in the field. When they break, they are broken. Call a tow truck.
I don't know this for a fact, but I would assume that they're going to have some Ford guys there to work on this vehicle, or the first problem they have with it, that's it.
Yeah. They're toast, man, if that goes wrong. But hopefully they don't encounter any issues or not. But no, it would make sense that they had qualified people there to actually assess this vehicle and work on it if necessary.
Now, I don't think that they'll need to refuel. I think it has enough range for each day's worth of race so that they'd be able to refuel at the end of the day. But that's my question. Are they going to bring some big generator truck or something? Because it can't just be like some regular
big generator. It's going to be gas powered to fuel up this electric vehicle. How counterintuitive is that?
Now, doing the news with me, do you see that? Don't you notice this contradiction all the time now? Like with the Tesla, they've got diesel trains.
Yeah.
So are they really serious, or are they just going where the money is?
Please. It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
So how much do you know about the Rebelle Rally? I think you've been invited to be in it, haven't you?
It is something that has always been attractive to me as an option. I've back in 2018, I wanted to be part of the Rebelle Rally. And I did attend classes to go. It was very different back then. It was much smaller. Money was a lot less expensive. So if you were self-funded, it was attainable. At this point, for me now, whenever I did go to register a couple years back, their prices skyrocketed and I just was priced out, essentially. But yeah, I'm very inspired by these ladies, and I think they're really incredible. And I would love to be part of it, but like I said, money is money. Well,
I can't say I can get you to the $0 amount, but if we talk offline, I'm confident I can get you into this Rebelle Rally. You would be the perfect person. I would literally bet on you to win. If you, depending upon what category you got in, it had to be one that I know that you know. So yeah, you'd be badass in that.
I don't disagree. I mean, I've been wheeling for over 30 years. I got a lot of experience off road. Plus I've always, anytime my husband and I ever go anywhere, I'm the navigator. So,
Right.
but I'd have to narrow it down though and take their classes and learn how, triangulation and things like that. But the basic things, that they were teaching even at Overland Expo, whenever I went in 2018, I picked it right up. It was great. And I bought, compasses. And that was another thing too, is during COVID, they had these online classes that you could watch and they told you what you needed and things like that. So I started picking things up. So I've got the 5 pounds of fire extinguisher. I've got the cleanup kit. I've got, I've got the little, the hazard triangles, the fold down triangles and stuff that they require, all of that stuff. And then I went to go sign up and find out what it cost. Now the current pricing, I was so bummed. I was super bummed, but yeah, but it's definitely something that I would love to do. If I was able to swing it.
So just bring it up offline.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Like I said, I like to always, any news that comes out about the Rebelle Rally or Emily Miller, I like to get it out there. Because like, even when we're talking about the training, I put her navigation classes up against any navigation classes that I've seen or I'm aware of across the board.
She's an amazing instructor. Because I've taken a couple of her classes at Expo, and she was an amazing instructor.
It's some people do classes where it's kind of like more, it's more show than actual meat on the bone. It's a lot of meat on the bone in her classes. You're going to walk away from there. Even if you're kind of slow and you didn't get everything, you didn't catch everything, you're going to leave away from there knowing way more than when you walked in. And I mean usable stuff. Because there are a lot of, especially guys, there are a lot of guys who think they know how to navigate. And the reason they think that is because they've got Gaia or something.
Yeah.
But if you gave them a paper map and you gave them a compass and you drove them somewhere and just dropped them off, they'd be lost.
Oh, you'd find their bones 2 weeks later.
Because I know a lot of guys, what happens is they're following a map on a road that they're taking, and they think that that's a navigation.
It's not quite the same.
No. No. You sent me information about a Westfalia pop-up camper. So talk about that, because it's a very interesting story. And just so you know, I'll be providing information and footage down below, or pictures or something. So people will be able to see it if they're watching it on the video. I think it's a nice looking vehicle. And what interested me about it when you sent it to me is that it's Westfalia.
Yeah, they're coming back.
That's a name that I respect.
They've got this cult following, man. And I definitely think that even though they've taken this hiatus for a number of years, people are going to jump right back on that bandwagon. And I think that they're not going to be able to make enough of these things. Now it's being built on the Ram ProMaster chassis.
Which is an awesome, smart move.
Yeah, I think so too. It keeps the vehicle small, like what they did with Volkswagen, and I think that that's probably one of the reasons maybe why they stopped importing, because all of a sudden now we didn't have any of these vans anymore for a long period of time. If at least not that I can recall, nothing appropriate to put it on. But now they've got this ProMaster. They're putting it on. They've gotten together with Fiat. They're being built in Italy. And it's available now, it's coming back in 2024, making up for lost time. And I think they're not going to be able to make enough of them, to be honest.
I agree. And I'm going to quickly send you a link. I thought I did, but
I'm fibbing to you because I did see this and you did send it to me. And I do have this. Yeah, this was very cool. I did like this a lot. I thought, oh man, no, this is really good. It's just been a while since I looked at it, so I didn't recall it. But yeah.
I think it looks good.
It does look good.
From what I've read about it, I think it was well thought out.
Yeah.
And the things that stick out to me is no drill assembly.
Yeah. That's always a big
thing. Is awesome.
Yeah.
So if you're leasing a Gladiator, you could buy one of these campers, just take your camper off and take it back to the dealer. It's got a fully retractable truck cap cover. So when you don't have the camper on there, your bed is not just open. And you can also remove the tent separate from the rest of the module. So if you want to go without the tent, you don't have to, which I think is good. Yeah,
very interesting. Yeah, so you can save yourself some gas mileage there. Just everyday driving around,
Or if you're on the trail, those few little inches of the tent may be the difference between you getting under a tree or through a cave or something. But I think it looks really sexy. It's so clean and so modular. It doesn't look like it's metal, but it's all metal.
Yeah, I can see that it's aluminum. And it looks really, really good. And I'm a big fan of that. It's just so durable.
And it looks like they listened to what people were saying about their complaints with other vehicles and addressed them with theirs. Like a lot of companies, their tent, they have a 2-inch memory foam and you have to upgrade to get like 3 or 4 inches. They're giving you the big memory foam mattress right away. You don't have to worry about lights. They've already got strip lights installed. The material is heavy duty. Your particular camper on your vehicle has a real nice, thick, durable canvas.
Yep.
And this is supposed to be like that. It's 420D, which I think is still a lesser than yours, though. I think yours is 600D.
I don't know how thick it is, but I know that it's used for sail cloths for making sails.
So it's probably at least 600D. It might even be 1,000. And they have sound dampening. So when you're on the trail, it's not going to be rattling. It's engraved with topographic maps of Moab's iconic trails. It's got a temperature control ventilation system. It's already got 200 watts of solar panels on it. They really did a good job from the specs and from what I see, on their website and with their media kit letter.
I really like the base price of it too. It's attainable because you get a lot for the $4,000 base price that you're talking about. It says there's obviously available upgrades, but I mean, for the base price, you get a lot. And I think that's good. It's attainable for people.
And attainable with the dollar amount, like you said, but also sometimes people are, piecing together their vehicle. So you could buy the base, do what you need to do, travel where you want to go. And as time goes on, upgrade and get the tent, get the 270 awning, get the rack system, get the truck bed storage system. You don't have to get it all at the same time. So that's another advantage of this modular system.
I love modular. That's another class that I teach is modular overlanding. So I'm all about it. And
she's just smart.
Don't believe a word he says.
So I guess we both approve of this.
Yeah, I like it.
And all of these things we're talking about are coming out in consort with the new 2024 Jeep Gladiator. So you can stop by the dealer and order these things and you'll have a complete vehicle right away. shoes, tent, everything.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
Did you get the info about the Rivian? No, let's not do that yet. The 2024 Ford F-150 reveal happened. Did you check that out?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So you're a pickup girl. Tell me what you think.
Oh, well, it's hard to do anything wrong to the Ford F-150. It's always looked good in my opinion. It's a good looking vehicle. They've got some really swanky upgrades these days though. That platinum edition is, I mean, you're talking about, everybody seems to have their luxury line, in the line now, because I guess that there's a call for it at this point. Everybody, I guess, is wanting the quilted leather seats and all that stuff that it's got. But yeah, you can't go wrong with the Ford F-150. It looks great, but I do still, think that the Raptor is king of the 150 lineup.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. And I don't know if I sent you footage, but there was footage of it as a Raptor. Did you get that? Did I send you that?
Footage of what is a Raptor? Oh, yeah, you did, with it playing on the dunes.
Yeah.
I did see that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
Sexy
doing
beast.
what it does.
It looked good. It looks good.
It does look good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to do wrong by a good 150. They've been around so long too. So it's good to see them, keeping it clean and keeping it nice and listening to their consumers. I really like that new truck bed option that they got, that tailgate. Mm-hmm. That tailgate is slick. So they were obviously inspired by Ram's tailgate that they introduced back in 2019, which I really, really liked. And let me tell you, whenever I was looking at getting a new truck, I was going to get that tailgate. So the biggest difference, I think, is the way that it opens. It opens from the center. So I have to wonder if Rams is proprietary, because it's more like it's a 40-60 split is what they've got on theirs. Swing out, so it's barn door style, so you can open up both sides. This, you're kind of, stuck with, you open it from the center whenever you open it that way, or you lay the tailgate down, one of the two. Those are your only two options with it. But I think that it would be really cool for some of these camping shells that you get. You actually get a real door as opposed to having to lay the tailgate all the way down just to get out of your vehicle. I think that, because that's immediately what I thought of right away. I'm like, oh, that could be great for a camper shell. Mm-hmm. So then you actually have a door. So yeah, I think that that's probably what stood out to me the most as far as changes goes in the 150 is the addition of that new tailgate option.
The tailgate option is so nice. Some things, when they're invented, my first thought is, how is this just now being invented? Which is kind of like a compliment to it. You created something that just seemed obvious. Those are the best inventions to me. Yes. And it's literally making more use of the bed. Yes. Not everyone is taking 2x4s and going to work with the vehicle. So it makes it more usable for a larger amount of people without you having to, after you buy this expensive vehicle, going and buying dividers or buying a camper top or something to make use of that. So I love that idea. Well, I can't tell you how many times I've had to get into the truck bed and I lay down the tailgate and I have to reach all the way over to get what I'm looking to get. This brings you so much closer. You open it up, you walk over, and you just have immediate accessibility to right there, just for small things that you're looking to grab, which is, I think that's super. And the most important thing is the new Ford F-150 looks sexy. Oh, yeah, it does. It looks great. Sexy. I like, is it the Platinum? What's the top of the line? The top of the line as far as just bells and whistles goes, outside of performance, is the Platinum. Yeah. Visually, I like that one the best, the way they chromed it out, but they didn't go so crazy with the chrome that it loses its truckness, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's still rugged.
Right. So I have nothing to say bad about it until I drive one.
Yeah, I hear that. Yep, definitely. I did notice there's a lot going on in the full size truck lineup. Did you hear about the last year for the T-Rex?
I did not. Tell me about
2024 is the final year for the Ram 1500 T-Rex.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting is that they've got a special edition that's coming out for 2024. They're expecting to only produce about 4,000 of them, and it's called appropriately the final edition. And it is a build out for overlanding. It's got a hard shell rooftop tent on top of a bed rack, and it's got an awning, and it's put together by ADDAX Overland. So you can buy it like that directly from a dealership if you want the final edition of the T-Rex.
Awesome. Did you get the info about the Rivian R1T and the R1S and all-terrain tires?
No. What you sent me was Gladiator, Ford. There was no Rivian in there at all.
This is no big deal.
Okay.
They just they gave the latest EPA ratings for the R1T and the R1S with all-terrain tires. You know, they always put those little small tires on there. Like I told you, they'll put highway tires on there to get the best.
The cheapest.
And they finally gave out the numbers, and the EPA now rates the R1T dual motor and R1S dual motor at up to 352 miles of range when equipped with 21-inch wheels.
That's not bad. That's respectable.
And it goes down about 40 miles of range with the all-terrain tires, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it.
It's always nice whenever they put out real-world numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember whenever they first announced the electric Jeep, and they're like, oh, yeah, just on electric, it's going to get, 50 miles on that. Now, it turned out it was like 26. It was some weird number, and it was like less than half of what they had originally predicted, which I think is crazy. Give me some real world numbers,
So let's change gears now. I think we've talked enough of the latest news out there, unless there's something you have that you want to cover.
I think that I am good.
Okay, then I would like to go into another segment that you created.
Oh, I did. Okay.
We're always talking about navigation, and weather apps is a part of that. I mean, if it's going to be a hurricane, then we need to navigate somewhere else, right?
Yeah. Weather is very important. It definitely affects your trip. It impacts whenever I'm getting ready to leave, I start looking, however long out I can, the 10 days out. And I said, that affects how I pack and shows me at least where the trends are going to be and what direction it's going and things like that. So yeah, weather is extremely important. Mother Nature's in charge. She is the boss.
So Candy, give us your list of favorite weather apps, and hopefully you'll explain why.
I like two. There's two that I like. One is called My Radar. Mm-hmm. I really like that one. It's free. I don't pay for either one of these apps. I like the free stuff. So it shows me on there. It actually shows me wind direction, tells me, fires. It can show me where, like the fires are, because it's got that selection on there too. You can get a premium subscription on there too, but like I said, I use the free version, which will give you a lot more detailed info. But what I get from there has served me very well, and I've had it for several years. So the other app that I really, really like that I just discovered last year is called Windy. Mm-hmm. I like Windy a lot too, because there's a free hurricane tracker on there. that you can use. You go and you choose it, and it tells you all the information that they have, latest, greatest, most up to date. And from my understanding, that is what that's the app that they use for the boats and such. Whenever they're looking, out ahead to see if they can actually go take passengers across and things like that. So I discovered it whenever I was in Canada last year. I got on the website and everything, and I was trying to figure out is my boat leaving on time or not, because I got caught in Cyclone Fiona. And they said that they were tracking her and that they were using, the Windy app. So I like that one very much now too. It's got great information.
I like both of them. And my main reason is so superfluous. I think they have, their graphics are some of the best graphics, especially like radar. When you look at it, if you've been looking at other weather apps, it like really pops out to you.
Okay.
So I enjoy it visually, if for no other reason. And it definitely, all the things that you mentioned are there, but for me, it's the visual. Any other apps that you wanted to mention?
Those are the only two I use. Okay.
So I don't use those, but when you mentioned them, I downloaded them. That's why I know they look so nice. I pretty much use one weather app.
Okay.
I use the Weather Channel, and I use the premium version. It's a whole different animal as the premium version. A lot of these other ones, people say, oh, you could just go ahead and use the free one. But it's a huge difference between the free one and the premium with this particular app. And obviously it's the Weather Channel, so they have the power of being such a big company. Their coverage of radar coverage across the world is excellent. Their news is up to date. So I really like the Weather Channel. Now, everything else I'm going to mention is kind of like, it's associated with weather, but you wouldn't call them weather apps. I also like to use Tides. Now, Tides is right there in the name. It just basically gives you the tide schedule for wherever you are. It will, when you turn it on, it knows your location. So you can either, if you're there already, it'll just automatically populate the information you're looking for, or you can type in an area code, a city or a beach or whatever, and it'll give you the tide schedule for wherever you want to go. And I think that's a very important thing, especially if you're traveling along the coast, like if you're going along the East Coast and you're staying, on the coastline, or on the West Coast, or Baja, or wherever you're going. Some of the most beautiful times to visit a coastline are at low tide, because as you know, the water recedes significantly and allows you to walk sometimes several hundred yards further on along the beach. And when that water recedes, it leaves all kind of animal life, all kind of sea animals, starfish, octopus, fish, all kind of clams, mollusks, whatever you could think of. And they look beautiful because they'll be in these little tide pools.
Yeah.
And if you don't know when that's happening, you could be on a trip and miss it. So that's a valuable one to me. Another one is moon phase. And the reason why I like this is I love camping with a full moon. Depending upon what full moon it is, you don't even need lights on at night. It literally illuminates your campground. So I like to know when there's a full moon. I like to know when there's lunar eclipses. I'm always talking about lunar and solar eclipses and stuff like that. And this helps you time those things. And my last one is called the Photographer's Ephemeris. That's EPHEMERIS. And this app is more for photographers. However, it's beneficial for anyone who's traveling. And with this particular app, It will give you the angles of the sun. It will let you know whether or not mountains will be an obstacle for the sun. It changes daily according to what the sunrise and sunset is. You can also get moon information. It's an excellent app. Like I was telling you offline, people often will see a photograph online and they're like, I'm going to go there and I'm going to get that same photo. And then they go there and they wonder why their photo doesn't look like your photo. Well, that person used the photo Ephemeris or something similar, and they made sure that the sun was going to be at a certain height. It was a certain time of year, all of those things. And those things make a significant difference in how your photo is going to look. I have a video that I have pinned at the top of my Instagram where I took some video of the Grand Canyon. And people were like, how did you get that video? How, because the landscape, it looks like it's glowing. Well, it's because I was there at the exact time when that happens, and I got that information from the photographer's Ephemeris. So those are my apps. And I wanted to go a little further since we were talking about weather.
Mm-hmm.
For emergency weather, and I mean the latest up-to-date weather, I don't rely on an app at all. I rely on my MIDLAND GMRS radios. They have a built-in NOAA weather radio receiver, and it allows you to receive weather alerts and updates from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. And this feature can be particularly useful for staying informed about severe weather conditions because it monitors it. So like if a hurricane or something just came out of nowhere, you don't have to go to weather to hear it. It's just going to pop up and be like, ooh, ooh, that there's a weather alert. I was doing Engineers Pass a few years ago. I'm sorry. I was doing Stony Pass, which you get to before Engineers Pass. And it was a light snow. And if I had not had the MIDLAND radio that was giving me the current weather, I would have turned around immediately and came back because the snow was kind of scary and I didn't know whether it was going to stop or anything like that. But they said it was going to last about 5 minutes. And sure enough, it lasted about 5 minutes and I was able to complete taking Stony Pass.
Nice.
And I'm sure many other people have similar stories where that NOAA Weather Channel information has saved their butt. Because
I don't buy a radio if it doesn't have the NOAA feature on it. That's just, I like it too. It's very useful.
And for those who don't know, regardless of what TV channel you watch, whatever app you use, whatever, there's a 99% chance that they're waiting for their information to come from NOAA.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have them send it directly to me first.
Yeah, it's unfiltered that way.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we get out of here?
Halloween's coming up. We got Halloween coming up. Did you want to talk about some spooky spots to check out?
That is exactly what I had coming up.
Oh.
So, just go ahead and start. What are you talking about?
So these are places that I've personally been to that I just got a chilly vibe from. And I was there during the autumn time. So these are places that you can actually visit whenever you're out there enjoying the fall colors too, because some of them are back east. One of the spots is actually there's one.
So hold on. So this is our top spooky spots to check out for Halloween.
Yes. I think I've got 6 of them or so listed. One of them, the first one I'm going to talk about is called the NADA Tunnel, NADA Tunnel, and it is in Powell County, Kentucky. It's a historic 900-foot-long tunnel along Kentucky Route 77 in Powell City, Kentucky. It is one way. So you've got this long tunnel that going through the mountain here, and you actually have to pay attention before you enter the tunnel to see if there's another vehicle already coming through. And what you do is you end up stopping and waiting. So what makes this tunnel so spooky is they say during construction of this tunnel, there was a worker in there who died during construction of this tunnel. And they're saying that sometimes you can see this person walking around in this tunnel. So watch out for that. So that's spooky spot, first spooky spot I'll talk about. The next one, to me, seems a little bit obvious. Roswell, New Mexico. I actually spent Halloween night in Roswell, New Mexico, and it was a lot of fun. You know, it's known for it's the crash landing of aliens and things like that. So the whole town, if you go down Main Street, it's crazy. They just have gone nuts with all the alien decorations, and they have the traditional acorn lights that they've decorated to look like alien heads, which is hilarious to me. I just, every time I drive through there, I can't stop laughing. There's even a McDonald's where normally you have like the kids' play yard. It's a spaceship. It's just a lot of fun. But they had a really great campground just outside of Roswell where I was able to take advantage of the night sky and sit and just look, and it's by a lake. And it's a lot of fun to visit, and I highly recommend checking out Roswell just for the fun of it.
So Roswell, I first of all, I agree with you. like you were basically explaining, the city is a tourist town, and they are completely all in on this alien thing.
Oh yeah.
You go to the gas station, there's this big giant alien that's maybe 60 feet tall. Everybody has something related to alien. Now, what I'm leading up to is they're just as enthusiastic about Halloween. So like that gas station, they'll like put something on the alien, you know, they're all in on Halloween. So you don't have to look hard to find Halloween stuff when you're there.
No, it was very easy because, like I said, I was there Halloween. That's when I was there, and it was just a lot of fun. It was just a lot of fun. Okay, so next one we're going to talk about is in New Hampshire, the Madame Sheri Forest in West Chesterfield, New Hampshire. This place is super creepy. Okay, there is a Madame Sheri, she used to live there. She had a house there, and the ruins of the house are still there. So there's actually a short hiking trail. It's not long. It's on the property there. There's the tiniest little trailhead parking lot you've ever seen, and it seems to be very popular. However, I did not see another soul on this tiny little trail. So it must go further back than I went, because I went to the ruins. I went to the little reservoir that she had there, and things like that. But yeah, the ruins are really, really amazing. And there is the creepiest vibe ever in that place, man. It's like the forest has eyes. So I highly recommend that spot. For a couple of different reasons. Number one, it's beautiful in the fall, so visit during the autumn, because that's whenever I was there. So you see the leaves falling on the ruins and all that stuff. The ruins themselves are really cool. They don't want you to crawl on the stairs because the staircase is still there from the home. So they don't want you crawling on that, but you can go along and explore the rest of the ruins. So there's like a basement area, and then there's the upper floor there that you can actually hang out and check out. So Madame Sheri Forest, trailhead of the ruins of the house. You can even look up the history and see what the house used to look like whenever. So you've got the stone staircase that still exists, but the rest of the house was made of wood. So that's all gone. But the stone foundation and everything that was built in stone is still there. So definitely check that place out.
And another great thing about the place that you're mentioning is where it's located. I think you're maybe 40 minutes, maybe an hour's drive away from the Green Mountains. So, you know, I just want them to understand you're not just driving to this place and then once you go see it, there's nothing else to do. You're gonna be near the Green Mountains. You're gonna you'll be there in fall. Mm-hmm. So you'll be in one of the most beautiful places in the entire world to be in October, in November.
So I'm glad that you mentioned that, because some of the other places that I have, the next place I was going to talk about is in the same area. It's basically across the river, and it's called Retreat Tower in Battleboro, Vermont. So, because you cross the river and you go from New Hampshire to Vermont. The Retreat Tower is really creepy, and it has a really creepy history attached to it. Things that I did not know until I got there was that, so back to the tower. So let me explain the tower first. The tower was built by inmates who were in an asylum, an insane asylum located in this town, right? Mm-hmm. The thing that I did not know is that it is still operational. Did not know this. And it is super creepy. So there's a trailhead. So you hike up to this tower and you go to this tower, and the tower was literally built by inmates. So, and the woods that you're walking through have a really creepy vibe. You get there and it's creepy. So, and it's creepy. Okay. It's all around just a creepy place. I mean, it is like the Bermuda Triangle of weird there between Madame Sheri's forest and this tower. It's good for, it's just fun. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. And it's a cool piece of history because it was built back in the 1800s. So,
this is one I don't know about, but I have been to Brattleboro, and Brattleboro is not a huge city. So just talk about the surrounding area. I like people to know what the area has to offer, because some people may not want to go see this just to see this, and then there's nothing else. Is it close to the city?
So it's not close to a city. It's heavily wooded. Like I said, there's just the insane asylum there. That's the biggest thing that they have is the insane asylum. However, I did stay at the state park around the corner. There's a state park there that I camped at. And, that gives a good creepy vibe too. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good fly fishing in the Brattleboro area. I don't know the name of the rivers, but there's like 3 or 4 different rivers that crisscross. You ever heard of Orvis, the company Orvis?
Yeah.
They have like one of their main classes that you can take for fly fishing there, because I think they're out of Vermont or something like that. I know Orvis has a huge presence in that area, and they have like their original building or something around there. So there's plenty of stuff to do.
So the state park that I stayed at is called Fort Dummer. Dummer, Fort Dummer.
I have to look that up.
Yep.
Okay, what's next?
All right. The next one.
Top spooky spots to check out for Halloween.
Hubbard Tower, Montpelier, Vermont. Hubbard Tower is another historic location. This guy built this tower out of stone. So there's a park there. You can park at the trailhead. It's a short hike up to this tower. You go to the top of this tower because you can go inside and go to the top of it. And you get 360-degree views of the top of this hill. It is beautiful, especially during the fall colors. And because that's whenever I visited it, and it was amazing. But yeah, walking through the woods, during this time of year is always kind of spooky and kind of scary a little bit. So, it's, and then the tower itself, you're like, wow, look at this thing. What were they thinking? And it's got a creepy vibe to it too, but it's also very interesting. So I definitely recommend checking that out just to go to the top of the tower and check out all the views.
So I recommend this one too. This is one I've done. And what I like about it, again, speaking about the area, is you're close to, what is it, Skyline, Vermont, or Skyview, Vermont, where I can't remember the name of it, but there's an area north of it where everybody goes to look at the mountains full of fall foliage. I went there on my last trip. Stowe, Vermont.
Oh, Stowe, Vermont. STOW.
Skyline?
Yeah. I was like, well, I don't know where he's going with this, but okay.
No, it's north of there. I'm letting you know you're going to be there in the fall. So you're within a short driving distance to get to Stowe, where a majority of those famous pictures that people see of the landscape just full of orange and brown, that's where those photos are taken. That's where most people go camping. That's where most people go to the lodges and the resorts to ski or just to eat or whatever. So again, another place that after you go there, you're not just stuck in some remote place with nothing to do. This is a hub. This is a great area to be in. This is a great region to be in. So that's
and Vermont isn't really that big either. There's one more location I have just for fun on here because it's not scary or anything like that. It's just fun. And it's the Ben and Jerry's Flavor Graveyard in Waterbury Village, Vermont. Not creepy at all. It's cute. It's lighthearted. And it's where their flavors that they've discontinued go to die. So if you want some ice cream, you want to visit Ben and Jerry's, definitely check out the Flavor Graveyard there because it's just a lot of fun. And so whenever they give you, they tell you what flavors they've retired, they actually give the ingredients list on those little tombstones. So yeah, super cute.
And I would advise to just, no matter when you go check out Ben and Jerry's, get you some free ice cream. It's a short, quick tour. Whenever you go, the parking lot is always going to be packed. So don't let that freak you out. Just park your vehicle. They get you in and out of there pretty quick. The thing that'll keep you there a long time is the store. They got a store that you have to go through before you take the tour, and you have to go through the store to leave back out.
Oh, see, well, that's just good marketing.
That's just, hey, I didn't mention it, but that when we were talking about Roswell, they have their alien museum right there on the main strip, and it's the same thing. The biggest part of it is the store. Yeah. The tour is like a little raggedy little.
They just want you to buy their stuff.
Right.
But see, we're overlanders. They know we need a pass and we need a sticker before we leave. Right. So that's not entirely ridiculous. Here's one that seems kind of obvious to me. New York. We're going to go up to New York and we're going to visit Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow in New York. The Tale of the Headless Horseman, Ichabod Crane, that is a real place. And Sleepy Hollow is in New York. And they actually have, their most popular attraction there is the Headless Horseman statue. So you go to New York, you want to check out Sleepy Hollow, and they decorate everything for Halloween. They have, even their like condos and stuff. Whenever I was there, they have like the Ichabod Crane condos and, they just eat it up. But it's a fun little village to visit, especially at Halloween. They really just own it, and they do a lot of different activities and things like that during that time of the year. Kind of like Salem does. Salem in Massachusetts does something similar too. It's like Disneyland though at that time of year. Can't get around in all the traffic. But yeah, definitely check out Sleepy Hollow in New York.
So that just made me, I was going to just leave your list as is, but I'm going to add one now that you mentioned Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
Sleepy Hollow Cemetery in Concord, Massachusetts. This is another place where they're all in on Halloween. You'll have people now. I don't know how well you know Concord. Concord is like this suburban, rich folks type neighborhood, but sprinkled all through it is all this historical stuff from the beginning of America, right? And so it's kind of a quiet town. People come there and they see all of the historic stuff during the day, but at about 7 o'clock, the town is like empty, right? Not on Halloween, not even Halloween week. All week, people are like in the cemetery. People like sleep in the cemetery overnight. The cemetery allows you to drive through, which is crazy. And when I was actually living there, they had a guy riding a horse with the fake with no head, riding down the main street. So they're Concord, Massachusetts, Sleepy Hollow Cemetery. Same story as like New York, but it's smaller and more intimate.
Nice. That's definitely something I'll have to check out. So, here's another one. Huh?
I said, don't you have one more?
I actually have a couple more. One
go for it.
is the Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia.
Okay, I've never heard of this, so you got to tell me a lot about this one.
So Bonaventure Cemetery is a historic cemetery in Savannah, Georgia, and it was actually where John Muir spent a week camping in, and he wrote about it. He dedicated an entire chapter in his book, 10,000 Mile Journey to the Gulf. He was waiting for supplies. He was waiting for resupply because he was walking to the Gulf of Florida. And he was waiting for his resupply box to get there. So he camped because he didn't have any money. He camped in the Bonaventure Cemetery for the entire week that he was there until his resupply box arrived so that he could continue on his journey. So then it was, what was the movie that was done about it? There was another movie that was done, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. There was a book written about it, and then there was a movie done about it. So it's actually a very, famous cemetery, and it's beautiful. It is so beautiful, but it's a cemetery, and they've got all kinds of really cool statues, mausoleums, all of that. And plus the southern, the mossy oak trees and things like that. And it's very creepy, but it's beautiful, and I highly recommend checking that out if you're in the Savannah area. So the
a bit of trivia about that.
Yeah.
I do know the place you're talking about. Once you mentioned the movie, I met the lady, the trans lady that's in that movie.
Okay.
I met her in South Charleston. She was with a whole bunch of people in the restaurant. Mm-hmm. She was like, "Hey, darling." But do you know? Did you see the movie?
I did not see the movie. It's something that's on my list to see. I'm not a big movie person, so don't hold that against me.
It was an okay movie. Yeah,
Clint Eastwood usually does a good job.
I've never seen a bad Clint Eastwood movie. We need to do that on the show. What's Clint Eastwood's worst movie?
Oh,
I've even gone to a movie that I didn't want to see and ended up loving it. Like, do you remember when he was a trainer and he was training this girl to fight?
$1 Million Baby?
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to see this. And the whole time I was like this. I was riveted to the movie the whole time. I didn't want to see it.
That's funny.
So what's your favorite Clint Eastwood movie?
Oh, gosh. I grew up watching his Westerns. So Oh, Two Mules for Sister Sarah. That is my very favorite Clint Eastwood movie. I actually made my husband watch that one. He had never seen it before. It was awesome.
I like watching Dirty Harry because he says so many things. I watch it as a comedy now because so many things he says in this movie, they would never allow to be said in a movie. He says so many politically incorrect things. It's just crazy. And at the time, you know, he was considered like, yeah, that's a man. That's what a man says. That's what a man does. Now they would like poo-poo all over it.
Right. Well, I don't know how popular Two Mules for Sister Sarah is nowadays either, though, because of the whole premise of it. Did you ever see it?
I never heard of that movie until you just said.
See, I like old movies. I'm an old movie buff. So I used to watch movies with my grandma when I did watch them. So this was Clint Eastwood. You know, it's a gunslinger flick, and he's supposed to take this nun, Sister Sarah, to, you know.
I've seen that.
Okay. Well, so you know the end of it then.
Yeah. Didn't you have, I'm sorry for going off into another direction. You had one more place to talk about, didn't you? I apologize for that.
No, it's okay. So my last spot that I'm going to talk about is Bannack State Park, and it's a ghost town in Bannack, Montana. That is a really, really fun spot, and they do have camping around there too in that area. But great history. You can go inside the structures and everything, and of course, if you're camping right there, you know, spooky ghost town. Why not? A lot of fun to check out.
I've been to a lot of ghost towns. This is one of the, what's the word for it? Most intact ghost towns. I'm not going to say it's the most intact, but it's definitely top 3 all America.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So if you want to go to a ghost town and you're going because, oh, I really want to go back in time and see how things are, this is one of the ones to go to.
That's why I mentioned this one, because we have, living in Southern Nevada, we're surrounded by a lot of little ghost towns and things like that. But the one that I really wanted to mention, one that was really quality. You know, something that was really well preserved, really well maintained, because you can go to a lot of ghost towns around here and you're tripping over garbage, like trash. This one is, like you said, very well preserved. Plus, it's got a lot of history associated with it. And there's camping right there, too. So really cool spot. I highly recommend it. And who doesn't love a good ghost town, right?
Mm-hmm. So I just want to be clear. This was your idea. This was your list. I think it was an excellent idea, especially the timing in which you came up with this list. We're going into fall. People are making their plans, and this is just an excellent idea. Especially, you have a lot of families now that are traveling and overlanding together more so than ever before. I've met a lot of families where the kids, they're being homeschooled, and this is like an excellent idea for a family.
These are all family friendly.
And if you don't want them to be family friendly, it's very easy to make them not family friendly. That was a great list of I think it was 3 of them I had never heard of, 2 or 3. 2. And now I have them on my list.
Cool.
Awesome list.
I'm curious, what was the second one? Because you mentioned that's one of the towers that you hadn't heard of before. What was the second one?
Oh, God. I clicked off. Okay, I've done Nada. I've done Roswell. I've done Nada. Oh, I haven't done the Retreat Tower.
Yeah.
And then there's something else. I just don't know what it is, but I know it was more than one thing.
Okay.
Oh, Sleepy Hollow, New York.
Oh, it's so cute.
So now I think there's 3. There was something else I thought. No, I think that's okay too.
Cool.
So do you do that? Like I was reading an article about the 20 20 places you want to see before you die or something like that, or it might have been 50 or something like that. You ever read lists like that?
Yeah, of course.
So do you just read them, or do you go like, okay, let me see how many I've done, and like
Yeah, of course. Of course. And then if something sounds really cool or interesting, then I look it up, then I research it, and I'm like, do I need to go? Do I want to go there?
I'll be taking them lists serious because they'll have a title like 30 places you must go to before you die. And I'm like, oh God, I'm getting old. I better make sure. If it's 30 of them, hopefully I've done at least 20.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Well, how can people find you, Candy, if they want to ask you a question or follow your travels or catch you at a training?
I'm on Instagram a lot of the time. So Chicks Do It Too on Instagram. I also have a cheesy YouTube channel from my adventures. And I'm on TikTok a little bit now too. So all the same name. But yeah.
And that's Chicks Do It Too, spelled CHICKDOIT, numeral 2.
So it's plural, CHICKS.
Did I miss the S? I'm sorry. I'll have it plastered all around us, so it ain't like they won't get it.
Cool.
But Chicks Do It Too, CHICKSDOIT, numeral 2.
That's right. Cool. Yep. And stay tuned for my new build coming out, because that'll be in the next 3 weeks. I'll do a reveal. I'll do a walk around. It'll be a whole thing.
And I don't want to announce what we're going to talk about, even though we already know what we're going to talk about. But I want to make sure we're the first ones to talk about it. So, we have other things that we already have planned. We've already worked out to talk about, right?
Yep.
So, guys, look forward to the podcast that me and Candy have planned together. We have some very exciting things to talk about. Is there anything else you want to say before we go?
It's good to be back, and I really appreciate spending time and talking with you.
Okay. All right, guys, you know what I'm going to say. Stay safe, tread lightly, and hopefully I'll see you here or on a trail soon.
You have been listening to Waypoint Overland's Random Waypoints. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.